Shirley Temple was absolutely abused by Hollywood. These are some of the darkest things that happened to her. So at age 3, Shirley started dancing. And that's when she began to appear in things called baby burlesques, a title which is already just extremely disturbing. And Shirley Temple herself described these films as a cynical exploitation of our childish innocence that occasionally were racist or sexist. She also claimed that when she misbehaved on set at this young age, she was locked in a windowless sound booth and forced to sit on a block of ice. I mean, what? There was also a film role that she had when she was under 10 years old where she played a prostitute. And all you have to do is look at all of the clips and videos of these films that Shirley was in where she's kissing men, they're acting like they're in love with her. I mean, it's really disturbing stuff. When Shirley was 12 years old, she signed a contract with MGM Studios. And during her first visit to the studio, she met a producer named Arthur Freed. And according to Shirley, when she walked into his office for a private meeting, he unbuttoned his trousers. He then said, "I've got something here made especially for you." She then giggled nervously and the producer kicked her out of the office. This is a moment that she's talked about on shows like Larry King Live. Then, when Shirley was 17 years old, a producer tried to grape her. Apparently, the producer was David O. Selznick, an infamous old Hollywood guy. And one time when he was in private with her, he circled around a couch trying to get to her. She tried to evade him. He even locked the door, but Shirley eventually managed to escape before he could do anything to her. Keep in mind, she was still a minor at this time. She also talked many times about how producers and other people in Hollywood demanded that she sleep with them if she wanted to get a contract or be involved in a new production. And I'm sure that there were so many dark things that happened to her when she was younger that she never talked about, never wanted to bring up again, and things that have been forgotten with time. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. The Shirley Temple iceberg goes really, really deep. Just check out this clip of her speaking on Larry King Live.
I went to MGM for one picture, thank goodness only one. And when I got there with my mother, we were separated. She went into the office of Louis B. Mayer, and I went into the office of Arthur Freed. And he was going to talk to me about a movie he wanted to put me in. I'm 12 years old, you know. And I thought he was a producer, but instead he was an exhibitor. And I'd never seen anyone naked before, except myself. So I had no clue about what was happening. And so it struck me so funny, I laughed at him. And I laughed uproariously. I had tears, you know. And he got infuriated. And he said, "Out, out, out, go."
Did you tell your mother?
Well, I was very quiet. I went down and met her in the lobby of the administration building. She came out very quietly from Louis B. Mayer's office. And we walked hand in hand silently to the car, which was unusual. We got in the car driving home. I said, "Mom, you won't believe what happened to me." And I told her what happened, and she got kind of quiet. She said, "Well, you don't know what happened to me." And Louis B. Mayer wasn't as bad as Freed was to me.
You tried
but
it.
He came on to my mother. And so we both decided that we didn't like MGM much. It was better at Fox.